turning now to the ongoing battle over a homeless encampment in Berkeley, where residents are trickling back in just days after it was cleared out. So we're talking about the area surrounding 8th and Harrison Streets. It's a few blocks away from UC Berkeley's University Village housing. We were there last week when city crews started tearing it down without warning, and that prompted a judge to step in and order the city to stop. Well, the damage was done, but some tents have already popped back up. Our John Ramos checked it out.
There were probably a lot of people who were relieved to see the tent encampment taken down on Wednesday. But one person who wasn't happy was a judge who ruled that not only were tents removed in the operation, so was people's right to due process. A handful of tents have already returned to 8th and Harrison. On Wednesday morning, without notice, police and city cleanup crews descended on the homeless encampment. Officers ordered residents to be out in 20 minutes, using smoke and threatening non-lethal projectiles to hurry people along. Anthony Martinez was shocked by the action.
Yeah, that was abrupt. I mean, you know, with a draconian take. Yeah, that's tacky. I mean, that shows me that, yeah, you got a home, and I guess mine isn't included in your thoughts, so.
The camp was simply torn apart and disposed of, but many of the residents are members of an organization called the Berkeley Homeless Union, who had requested and was granted a federal order to stop any sweeps. The order expired on May 23rd, but federal judge Edward Chen granted a hearing for June 10th. The city decided it didn't have to wait for that and moved in to remove the camp anyway. Anthony Prince is the attorney for the Homeless Union.
In the face of all that, the city simply decided to circumvent the judicial process, the civil justice system, and carry out what we are characterizing as a raid. That was not an abatement. That was not even a sweep. That was a raid.
Judge Chen issued a one-sentence ruling halting the sweep, even though it had already taken place. And in his explanation, the judge said the city had an obligation to provide proper notice of the sweep, especially after he granted them the June hearing. Quote, thus residents had a reasonable expectation that any abatement action in the interim would be preceded by some reasonable notice, both to allow them to prepare to move and to be able to seek immediate court relief if necessary. Under these circumstances, taking action without prior notice offends due process, end quote.
So this is a very serious situation. It is a complete disregard of the authority of the court. And because the hearing was scheduled on shortened time, we believe that it is tantamount to contempt of court.
And he believes it's no accident. And he's concerned about the strategy being played out across the country of ignoring judges' rulings as a way of testing them. Are we seeing a new way of dealing with the law?
I think we're in a very dangerous place. It's not unexpected from the Trump administration, which indicated openly that they were going to take these steps. But it is surprising that in the city of Berkeley, for them to have engaged in this raid, in this assault that took place Wednesday, is shocking. They took a page out of the Trump playbook.
For now, the tents can stay, at least until Tuesday morning's hearing. What happens after that will not only determine the fate of a homeless encampment, but could raise questions about the validity of the rule of law itself.
Berkeley argued that the campers were warned back in January that they could not live there, but the judge said that was not valid notice until it came, or since it came, before he granted the stay on any sweeps. So no one from the city responded to our request right now for comment.